Good. All of them?
Let's go.
Hello, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us today. Happy Monday. Hope everyone had a wonderful, productive weekend, right? Okay, so we have a fun one for you today. I love this topic just because I really think it can help everybody do better for themselves. But okay, so did you know there is a day where many people collectively abandon their New Year's resolutions? And this day has a name. It's called National Quitters Day.
No.
And it actually happened Friday.
Oh.
So that was the 10th, Friday the 10th. So they say it's observed the second Friday of January. So if you haven't quit your New Year's resolutions yet,
Yeah, good job.
Great job. Yes. So, we all know it's very common, right, to have these intentions, but it's also very challenging to follow through, to hold to it. So we have some tips and tricks. We want to talk about it all. And there's some research behind it. So it can be really helpful in really understanding it psychologically. Like I said, we've all found ourselves like revved up to commit to these bold new habits, whether it's New Year's resolution or just anytime you want to make a change. I don't typically do New Year's resolutions. If I want to make a change and I'm feeling it any time of the year, that's when I commit to it. I don't wait for the year. But if New Year's resolution is your jam and your thing, you pick one, we're going to work on it. So today we're going to discuss what is a habit, because obviously with New Year's resolutions, this is what we're trying to form, right? We're trying to form a habit, a new habit. How long does it really take to form a habit? That's where the research comes in. Tips for creating and sustaining new habits. Most common reasons New Year's resolutions or committing to a new habit fail, and benefits of forming new healthy habits. So I'm going to start off today by just defining what is a habit. A habit is generally defined as something that's performed automatically without much thought. Habits tend to feel like part of us, right? Part of the fabric of our life, because we do them subconsciously and they don't require motivation anymore to do, right? So
what are some examples maybe?
A great example of that, brushing your teeth.
Sure.
Do you actually think twice about it? No, it's just part of your program. Like you finish your breakfast or you get up in the morning, whatever you do, you brush your teeth. Before you go to bed, you brush your teeth. You're just going down to tie your shoes when you put your shoes on. Like you're not going to think about, I need to tie my shoes. You just go and tie your shoes. So it might seem like those are so small compared to something like going and exercising. But I will tell you, if you do these tips that we're going to talk about today, that over time, that will become that habit. Again, without motivation. I'm at the point where I don't think twice about getting up in the morning to go exercise. I almost just feel like it's like Groundhog Day, right? My alarm goes up, I get up, I go to exercise. Nothing is motivating me to do it anymore. It's just part of me. It's part of my program. So that's how we want to make whatever new habit it is that you're trying to form, whatever resolution it may be. You really want to make it automatic, done without motivation.
Yeah.
So when you can turn these healthy choices into habits, you're more likely to keep them up. Like this, you might not think twice about going to meet your friend for yoga. You might not think twice about taking your supplements, right? They're just there. Like I eat my breakfast, I take my supplements. It's not like all of a sudden now it's 5 o'clock and I'm like, shoot, I forgot to take my supplements, right? It's more like it's got to be into your program. All right. So that's pretty much what about a habit. And while I'm talking, guys, if you have questions on this topic, please write them in, okay? Because we will take questions throughout. And at the end, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. It helps us, but it also helps you so you don't miss anything. And welcome if you've been watching us. Give us like a number 2, like you've been here before. And if you're new to us, give us a number 1 in the comments. We love new and repeat, guys. So always share this with your friends, your family, because this is information that can benefit everybody.
Yeah, and also questions send in, that's fine, but comments, things that work for you. I'd love to hear.
Oh, yes.
Maybe you could tell us what goals and what habits you're trying to establish for this year.
Sure, great idea. Okay, so based on research, how long does it really take to form a new habit? And so automaticity plateaued on average of 66 days. So that took on average 66 days to actually make something be automatic. But that range was 18 days to 254 days. So remember, I'm just saying the average was 66. So it's helpful to think about maybe it's about 10 weeks, okay, based on daily repetition, right? So you can't like do something Tuesday and Friday and then expect in 10 weeks it's going to be a habit. Daily repetition give yourself that guide of like 10 weeks, give or take, right? Because we're all very different. And that's how long it's going to take. So I want that to help you understand that I don't want you to lose the motivation of like, God, I've been doing this for 2 weeks and I just can't do it anymore. Nothing's changing. I don't feel any better. You know, you've got to give it time, and more time requires less motivation. Remember that. What else? Okay. Yes. So our behavior gets progressively easier. I was just talking about that. So I did lots of notes on this yesterday. I was traveling, so I was doing it on the plane. They say another study was to give yourself 2 to 3 months. So same thing, close to that 10 weeks. So, and again, that's to make a behavior become second nature, right? Second nature. What else?
Well, we're not experts. We're not,
Sure.
We don't study, really specialize in this space. We're talking a lot about some research Lisa's done and kind of practical things that work for us. And there is a book I want to mention though, and an author. The name of the book is Atomic Habits. The author is James Clear, I believe, and powerful, very smart author. And so I encountered that when I was researching this topic today. So there's some pretty powerful stuff in that book.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. And so while there's not that magic number, right, that we need to follow, there's tips that can help you form this long-lasting routine. And typically it's something to better your health, your life. So here's some tips that are recommended by the experts. So practice habit stacking. So link a goal you want to achieve to a habit you already do regularly, using an established routine as a trigger to prompt you to perform the new behavior. Right?
Yeah. Can you think of an example for something you do?
Okay. So a habit that I already do regularly.
I would say sauna, and then you stack your cold plunging.
Right.
Is that an example?
Right. So if you say you already are going on a walk every day, but your goal is to start strength training, right? That's great. So you get up, you tie your shoes, you get it all on, and you go, or whenever you're going to do your walk. And then at the end, you stack on 15, 20 minutes of strength training, right? So you're already rolling into it. So instead of like trying to start something, I mean, your motivation is already there. So it just makes it easier to roll right into it, right? So, I mean, that can think about other examples as we're going through, but track your progress. This is a big one because a lot of times if you're feeling that lack of motivation, but you've tracked your progress, you can go back and look at it. So there's apps for it. There's free apps for this. A journal is so great. You know, writing in a journal is a very healthy thing anyways. So you don't have to write a book, just write what you did that day. You know, write how long, if it's exercise, how long you exercised. If it's, you know, taking your supplements, it seems so minor to write down. Like I took my daily essentials pack, my factor 4, and my super reds and super greens today. Great. Okay. Like you just making sure, like it's always also holding yourself accountable. Like when you start to write
I think
down.
As you're talking, that's what I'm thinking. I'm just thinking accountability. Yeah. The whole time. Because I think journaling and writing and documenting is a lot of work, you know, and if that's your habit, if that's what you're trying to form, if that's your goal, then great. You can kind of do both at the same time. But yeah, that's another step.
Sure. Definitely. Be kind to yourself. This is a big one because we get so hard on ourselves. And once you get hard on yourself, you're just like, you almost like throw all your progress out the window. So say maybe this is diet related and you're just having a day and you get something that's not healthy. And then you're just like, oh, I just ruined it all. I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. No, be kind to yourself. If you slip up, don't give up. Like use these setbacks as learning opportunities, right? and then recommit to your goal, right? So I cheated on my diet. Okay, well, I'm fine. I'm human, right? I'm back on it tomorrow. We're good. So just again, recommitting. And if you're writing this stuff down, I mean, you write that down too, and then you can look at how many days that you were so solid with what you were doing, and you know, be positive about that. This is also, I think, extremely important one is choose narrow goals over broad goals. So example, don't just say my New Year's resolution is to lose weight. That is a big New Year's resolution. Of course, that's the, that's the end goal. But how are we going to get there? Let's start small. So let's start small by cleaning up our diet. So step one is I'm going to focus on removing processed foods, right? Or I'm going to eat my, body weight in pounds or my ideal body weight in grams of protein. I'm going to increase my protein intake, right? Using our like protein powders and just increasing your protein intake. That is a baby step of getting you there. So you commit to that part and then you add on, right? So, and then of course, adding in the exercise. But if you choose something just so big, it's just going to be overwhelming and you're almost going to forget how to get there. But again, that's also, you're focusing on the end goal, not the steps to get there. And we need to make our habits as like the steps to get to the end goal. Does that make sense?
Yeah, like I love that actually, because I'm thinking financial now. So say somebody wants to save $1,000 a month.
Okay.
And that's like, okay, good. We put a number on it. They didn't just say we want to save money, but we want to save $1,000 more per month.
Great example.
But you have to be more granular, right? You should definitely drill into that further and say, we're going to limit our dining out to 2 nights per week and 1 lunch out per week or something.
Right. Because like, how are you going to get to that end goal? How are you going to get to the 1,000?
Yeah. So, back it into a number. I know that it's common sense, but at the same time, you're right though, because that's where the goal setting should be.
Yeah.
You need to be specific. I like that. I think being smart about it, specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, with a timeline kind of thing. So love that. Financial goals are a big one too. I know we're so pre-programmed, focused on health, and I know we sit here, we'll talk a ton about health, but
there are so many different kinds of goals.
So many different types of things, and
this can apply to whatever your goal is.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
I know you say you don't set major like New Year's resolutions. I don't necessarily do major, but if there's some small things, it's that time of year where it's got you thinking.
Yeah.
It's, so your wheels are turning. You're saying, what are some things that I need to change, and then it's great because it's reflective and it allows you some time to just focus on yourself.
Right.
So